Have you ever noticed that your legs don't feel quite as strong or steady as they used to? Maybe it's harder to climb stairs, stand from a chair, or go for walks without getting tired. For many seniors, leg weakness seems like a natural part of aging, something we just accept. But here's the surprising truth. What you eat could be one of the biggest factors influencing how strong your legs stay as you get older. Our legs do more than just help us walk. They support our balance, our independence, and even our confidence. When your legs grow weak, everything becomes harder. Moving around the house, staying active, and preventing falls. And falls, as we all know, are one of the leading causes of injury and hospital visits for people over 60. But what if we told you that you can protect your legs and even rebuild strength simply by adding the right foods to your diet? In today's video, we're going to share 3 simple everyday foods that are backed by science to help keep your legs strong, mobile, and pain-free. These aren't fancy superfoods or expensive powders. They're things you can find in any grocery store, and they've been shown to support muscle mass, joint health, and bone strength as we age. Whether you're 60, 70, or even in your 80s, it's not too late to give your legs the nutrients they need to keep moving confidently into the future. So if you want to stay independent, reduce your risk of falling, and keep doing the things you love, whether that's gardening, walking the dog, or dancing in your kitchen, stay with us. These foods could make a real difference in how you move, how you feel, and how long you stay strong. I know you are a person who likes to watch videos quietly. If you have not liked and subscribed to the channel, now is a good time to do it because you are a kind person. If the video is helpful, press 1. If the video is not good enough or needs improvement, press 2. Thanks everyone. Now let's get started. Number 2, salmon. Omega-3s to fight inflammation and pain. Mrs. Lillian, a 75-year-old retired librarian from Oregon, had always been active. She loved walking by the river near her home, tending to her backyard garden, and going to the farmer's market every Saturday. But a few years ago, she started to feel a dull, nagging ache in her knees that seemed to get worse with every step. Her doctor told her it was mild arthritis, common at her age, and suggested staying active and watching her diet. Especially your inflammation, he said. That's when Lillian decided to make a change. And that change started with salmon. Salmon isn't just delicious. It's one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods you can eat, especially as you age. What makes it special? Its rich content of omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA, which are natural compounds that help reduce chronic inflammation throughout the body, including in the joints, muscles, and blood vessels in your legs. Inflammation is one of the hidden culprits behind leg pain, swelling, stiffness, and poor circulation. Over time, unchecked inflammation can damage the tissues in your knees, hips, ankles, and even the small vessels that supply oxygen to your leg muscles. That's why adding anti-inflammatory foods like salmon to your diet is so important for protecting leg function as you grow older. But omega-3s are just the beginning. Salmon is also an excellent source of high-quality protein, which helps maintain and rebuild muscle mass, particularly in the thighs and calves, where strength is most needed for standing and walking. Additionally, salmon contains vitamin D, which supports bone density and helps reduce the risk of fractures, and B vitamins, which play a key role in nerve function, especially important for seniors dealing with numbness or tingling in the legs. When Lillian began eating salmon twice a week, grilled with lemon and herbs or baked in foil with vegetables, she noticed the swelling in her knees was less pronounced. She didn't feel as stiff in the mornings, and most importantly, she was able to return to her daily river walks with more ease and less pain. It's not magic, she said, but it made a noticeable difference in how I move and how I feel. The best part is, you don't need to eat salmon every day to see the benefits. Just 2 servings per week, about 3 to 4 ounces each, can deliver enough omega-3s to support joint health, reduce inflammation, and help maintain muscle function. And if fresh salmon isn't always available, you can use canned wild salmon, frozen fillets, or even smoked salmon in moderation. All of these options retain the same powerful nutrients. Not a fan of salmon? You can still get omega-3s from other fatty fish like sardines, mackerel, or trout. And while plant-based sources like flaxseed and walnuts are helpful, they don't provide the same type of omega-3s that fish do, making fatty fish the gold standard for joint and leg health. Another tip: combine your salmon meals with leafy greens, whole grains, or colorful vegetables to add fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins that work in harmony with omega-3s to reduce inflammation and support circulation. Eating this way doesn't just nourish your legs, it strengthens your whole body from the inside out. Your legs carry you through life, and they deserve support at every step. By adding salmon to your plate, you're not just feeding your muscles. You're calming inflammation, strengthening bones, and fueling the parts of you that keep you moving. Coming up next, we'll introduce a creamy, protein-packed food that might already be in your fridge, one that supports both bones and balance. Let's explore number 3, Greek yogurt, calcium and probiotics for bone and muscle health. Number 3, Greek yogurt, calcium and probiotics for bone and muscle health. Mr. Dennis, an 80-year-old jazz lover from New York, had always started his mornings with a simple breakfast: toast, coffee, and a small fruit cup. But after a minor fall in his kitchen left him with a hairline fracture in his hip, he began to reevaluate how well he was supporting his bones. "I wasn't eating terribly," he said, "but I also wasn't giving my body what it truly needed to stay strong." That's when his physical therapist suggested something surprisingly simple: add Greek yogurt to your daily routine. Greek yogurt is often thought of as a trendy health food for the younger crowd, but it's actually one of the best all-in-one foods for seniors who want to keep their legs and whole body strong and stable. First and foremost, it's a fantastic source of calcium, the key mineral your bones need to stay dense and less prone to breaks. As we age, calcium absorption naturally decreases, and bones can become more fragile. For older adults, ensuring enough calcium, especially through food, is essential to preventing fractures and maintaining good posture and balance. But Greek yogurt goes beyond bones. It's also incredibly rich in protein, often containing twice as much as regular yogurt. Just one serving can offer 15 to 20 grams of protein, which is especially helpful for maintaining leg muscle mass, which tends to shrink with age. Remember, your muscles need building blocks to stay strong, and Greek yogurt delivers them in a smooth, easy-to-eat package, perfect for seniors who may struggle with chewing or who have smaller appetites in the morning. Another unique benefit? Probiotics. These are the good bacteria that live in your gut and help support digestion, nutrient absorption, and even immune health. A healthy gut means your body can better absorb the calcium, protein, and vitamins you consume, which translates to stronger bones and muscles. For Mr. Dennis, this mattered a lot. Not only did he want to heal from his injury, but he also wanted to stay mobile and avoid future falls. After adding Greek yogurt to his breakfast, usually with some blueberries, chia seeds, and a sprinkle of cinnamon, Dennis started noticing a difference. "My digestion was smoother. I had more energy before lunch," he shared, "and I just felt stronger, like I had more support in my steps." If you're considering adding Greek yogurt to your routine, here are a few helpful tips. Choose plain, unsweetened varieties to avoid unnecessary added sugars. You can always sweeten it naturally with fruit or a drizzle of honey. If you're lactose sensitive, look for lactose-free or low-lactose options, which are now widely available in stores. Try pairing it with other nutrient-rich foods, like nuts, for healthy fat and magnesium, fruit, for fiber and antioxidants, or even a small portion of oats or granola for energy and satisfaction. You can also use Greek yogurt as a creamy base for savory dips or salad dressings, making it easier to include in lunch and dinner. Greek yogurt is one of those rare foods that nourishes both your bones and muscles at the same time, while also being gentle on the stomach and easy to enjoy. It doesn't require cooking, chewing, or planning. Just a spoon, a bowl, and a little intention. For seniors looking to maintain strength in their legs, improve balance, and support digestion, it's a daily habit that pays off in stability and peace of mind. Next, we'll step back and look at the big picture. Not just the individual foods, but why leg strength itself is so critical as we grow older. Because in many ways, your legs are the key to your freedom. Coming up, number 4, why leg strength matters more than you think. Number 4, why leg strength matters more than you think. Mrs. Helen, an 82-year-old former piano teacher from Michigan, never thought much about her legs until the day she couldn't get out of her armchair without help. It was a small moment, but it hit her like a storm. "I used to walk all over town," she said. "Now I was gripping the armrests like they were life preservers." That moment made her realize something profound. Losing leg strength wasn't just about getting slower. It was about losing freedom. And that's something no one wants, no matter their age. Leg strength is often taken for granted until it's gone. But for seniors, it plays a much bigger role than we might imagine. Strong legs don't just help you walk. They help you get out of bed, climb stairs, stand up from a chair, go to the bathroom safely, carry groceries, play with your grandkids, and live without fear of falling. In fact, studies have shown that leg strength is one of the most important predictors of future independence. The weaker your legs become, the more likely you are to need assistance, or worse, suffer a fall that changes your life in an instant. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related death among older adults. And more often than not, they're not caused by sudden accidents. They're caused by the slow, unnoticed decline of muscle mass in the thighs, hips, and calves. This condition, known as sarcopenia, affects nearly 1 in 3 adults over 60. It happens quietly. You move a little less, muscles shrink a little more, and over time, your legs go from strong and reliable to shaky and uncertain. But here's the good news. Leg strength is not just about aging, it's about action, and it can be rebuilt, supported, and protected, especially through nutrition and movement. That's why the foods we've talked about, like eggs for protein, salmon for anti-inflammatory support, and Greek yogurt for bone and muscle nourishment, matter so much. They provide the building blocks your body needs to keep your legs moving with strength and stability. When your legs are strong, everything feels easier. You breathe better because you move more. Your balance improves. You become more confident in every step. You reduce your risk of falls, injuries, and long recoveries. You get to keep living the life you want on your terms, not on someone else's schedule. Mrs. Helen began working with a physical therapist and adding more protein-rich meals to her day. She also made a commitment to stand up from a chair 5 extra times every morning, a small habit that helped her rebuild her quad strength over time. A few months later, she didn't need to grip the armrests anymore. "I got my independence back," she said, "and that made me feel younger than any medicine ever could." So if you've noticed that your legs are getting weaker, don't ignore it. It's not just a nuisance. It's your body asking for help. And the best part is, you can give it that help, starting with your next meal, your next stretch, or your next step. Up next, we'll talk about how to turn these powerful foods into simple meals and routines that you can actually stick with. Because information is only useful when it's turned into action. Let's continue with number 5. How to add these foods into your daily routine. Number 5. How to add these foods into your daily routine. Knowing which foods support strong legs is a great first step. But knowing how to actually add them to your daily life is where the real magic happens. Many seniors understand the benefits of protein, omega-3s, and calcium, but feel overwhelmed by the idea of changing their diets. "I'm not a chef," Mr. Ron, 79, once joked. "I barely know how to use the microwave." And yet, within just a few weeks, Ron was eating eggs for breakfast, salmon for dinner, and Greek yogurt as a snack, without turning his kitchen upside down. How? By keeping it simple, flexible, and realistic. Let's start with eggs. They're one of the easiest foods to prepare and incredibly versatile. If mornings are your most energetic time, start the day with 2 scrambled eggs cooked in olive oil. Maybe add in some spinach or tomatoes for extra nutrients. Not a morning person? Hard-boil a few eggs at the beginning of the week and keep them in the fridge for a quick protein boost anytime. You can slice one over a salad or eat it with whole grain toast for a light, nourishing lunch. If you're really short on time, Even microwaving an egg in a mug with a little cheese and vegetables can make a quick, satisfying meal. Next, let's talk about salmon. Cooking a fresh fillet may seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. One of the easiest ways is to bake it in foil with a bit of olive oil, lemon juice, and herbs. Just 15 to 20 minutes in the oven and you're done. Can't get fresh salmon? No problem. Canned wild salmon is affordable, shelf-stable, and ready to use. Mix it with a little Greek yogurt and mustard for a healthy spread, or add it to a salad for a no-cook lunch. If you enjoy sandwiches, try making a salmon salad sandwich instead of tuna. Want something cozy? Heat up frozen salmon fillets and serve them with brown rice and steamed broccoli. It's a full meal in less than 30 minutes. Then there's Greek yogurt, which can easily become a go-to breakfast or snack. Keep a few single-serve containers in your fridge for convenience. Add sliced bananas, berries, or a spoonful of oats for fiber and flavor. If you prefer savory foods, mix Greek yogurt with herbs like dill or garlic powder to create a creamy dip for veggies or a topping for baked potatoes. It also makes a great base for smoothies. Just blend it with a handful of spinach, a banana, a few ice cubes, and a splash of milk for a protein-rich shake you can sip on the go. The key here isn't perfection, it's consistency. You don't have to eat all three foods every single day. Maybe start by choosing just one: eggs for breakfast a few times a week, or salmon for Sunday dinner. Over time, these small additions become habits, and habits are what build strength, not just in your legs, but in your confidence around food and health. Another helpful approach is pairing your meals with a simple routine. For example, while your eggs are cooking, do a few seated leg lifts or stretch your calves. After lunch with Greek yogurt, take a 10-minute walk to help with digestion and blood flow. These small pairings link food with movement, reinforcing the message to your body that you're investing in your strength and stability. And don't worry about being perfect. Some days you'll forget. Some days you'll want toast and peanut butter instead. That's okay. What matters is the overall trend and the intention behind your choices. When you consistently feed your body the right nutrients, even in small amounts, your legs will thank you. They'll carry you more steadily. You'll feel more grounded, more able, and more confident in every step you take. Coming up next, we'll look at how to recognize the early warning signs that your legs may be getting weaker, even before you notice major changes, because catching those signals early gives you the best chance to protect your strength. Let's move on to number 6, warning signs. Your legs are getting weaker. Number 6, warning signs your legs are getting weaker. Mr. Samuel, a 78-year-old former firefighter from Virginia, considered himself pretty strong for his age. He still did some yard work, walked his dog every morning, and liked fixing things around the house. But lately he found himself reaching for the handrail more often when climbing stairs. Standing up from his favorite armchair seemed to take more effort. "I figured I was just stiff," he said. "Didn't think it meant anything serious." But what Samuel didn't realize, and what many seniors don't, is that these small changes can be early warning signs that your legs are beginning to lose strength. Leg weakness rarely happens overnight. It creeps in slowly, through everyday moments. A bit more effort getting out of a car, a hesitation before stepping off a curb, or feeling winded after walking across a parking lot. These changes are subtle, which is why they're easy to ignore. But they are critical clues from your body. One of the first signs is difficulty standing up from a seated position, especially from soft chairs or low couches. If you find yourself needing to push off with your hands or rock back and forth to gain momentum, that's a red flag. It may seem like a small inconvenience, but it often signals that your thigh muscles, quadriceps, are losing power. The very muscles responsible for keeping you upright and balanced. Another warning sign is slower walking speed. You may not feel like you're moving slower, but if others are walking ahead of you more often, or you find yourself hesitating before starting to walk, your leg strength and coordination may be fading. Walking speed is more than just mobility. It's a strong predictor of overall health and even longevity. Doctors often refer to it as the 6th vital sign for seniors. Pay attention also to how you handle stairs. If you need to hold the railing with both hands or you're leading with the same foot every time because the other one feels unsteady or weak, it's a sign your legs are compensating, and that imbalance can lead to falls. Likewise, frequent tripping, dragging your feet, or needing to pause often during walks are signs that your legs are struggling to keep up. Some warning signs are even more subtle, like fatigue after short periods of standing, or avoiding certain activities because they just seem too much effort. Are you skipping errands you used to do easily? Avoiding walking the dog on hilly paths? Choosing to sit instead of stand while preparing food? These quiet shifts in behavior often reflect declining leg strength, even if you haven't noticed any pain. And then there's balance. If you find yourself reaching for furniture as you move around the house, or if you feel wobbly when getting dressed or stepping into the shower, it may be less about balance and more about your legs not providing enough support. Leg muscles are the foundation of balance. When they weaken, even simple movements can feel unstable. Mr. Samuel's doctor had him do a simple test: sit in a chair and stand up without using his hands. He could do it, barely, but it felt like a workout. That's when he realized his body was telling him something important. He began working with a trainer and eating more protein-rich meals. A few months later, he could get up smoothly. No hands, no effort, just strength. The good news is that early detection makes all the difference. If you notice any of these signs, it doesn't mean you're doomed to decline. It means you have a chance to step in early and change the trajectory. Start adding leg-supporting foods like eggs, salmon, and Greek yogurt. Do simple home exercises like seated leg lifts, wall squats, or just standing from a chair 5 times in a row every morning. The goal isn't to be perfect. It's to stay aware, stay moving, and stay ahead of the curve. In the next section, we'll wrap things up by sharing bonus foods and habits that can give your legs even more support. Because strong legs aren't built by one change alone. They thrive with the help of small, smart choices that add up over time. Let's move on to number 7. Bonus foods and habits that support strong legs. Number 7. Bonus foods and habits that support strong legs. By now, you've learned how powerful a few simple foods, like eggs, salmon, and Greek yogurt, can be in helping your legs stay strong as you age. But there's even more you can do to support your legs naturally, gently, and consistently. Think of this section as the extra credit. A few bonus foods and habits that, when added to your daily routine, can amplify your strength, improve your balance, and give you even more control over your mobility. Let's begin with spinach, a humble leafy green that packs a big punch. Spinach is rich in magnesium, potassium, and vitamin K, all of which are crucial for muscle contraction and bone health. Magnesium, in particular, helps regulate muscle and nerve function, including in your legs, and is often low in older adults. Adding a handful of spinach to scrambled eggs, soups, or sandwiches is a simple way to boost leg support without much effort. Next up is the banana, nature's perfect snack. Bananas are a great source of potassium, a mineral that helps prevent muscle cramps and supports proper muscle contraction. If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night with a painful leg cramp, low potassium could be part of the reason. Bananas are easy to digest, portable, and pair perfectly with Greek yogurt for a muscle-friendly snack. Don't forget about nuts and seeds, especially almonds, walnuts, and chia seeds. These are rich in healthy fats, plant-based protein, and anti-inflammatory compounds. A small handful of nuts each day can support circulation in your legs, reduce joint stiffness, and offer lasting energy. Chia seeds, when soaked in water or milk, form a gel-like texture that's great for digestion, and loaded with omega-3s, which reduce inflammation in your joints and muscles. Now let's talk about movement. Even the best foods can't do their job fully if the body isn't moving. The goal isn't intense workouts or long walks. It's gentle, consistent activity that keeps your legs engaged and your circulation flowing. Start with 5 to 10 minutes of walking around the house after each meal. This helps with blood flow, digestion, and keeps your legs active. If you sit for long periods, set a timer every hour to stand up and do a few heel raises or side steps. Another simple yet powerful habit: chair squats. Just stand up and sit down from a sturdy chair 5 to 10 times, slowly and with control. This strengthens your thighs and hips, the muscles that keep you steady when getting out of bed or rising from a toilet. If balance is an issue, keep a countertop or walker nearby for support. Stretching is another overlooked habit. Gentle calf and hamstring stretches keep your legs limber and reduce stiffness. Take 2 to 3 minutes every morning or before bed to stretch your legs. It can help you move more easily throughout the day. Combine that with ankle circles and foot pumps, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting. This helps reduce swelling and support circulation. Mr. Joe, an 84-year-old retired postman, started incorporating a leg minute into his routine. Once an hour, he did one thing for his legs: a stretch, a chair squat, a walk to the mailbox, or a short stair climb. He called it his move to stay moving rule. After a few weeks, he said, "I don't feel like I'm getting weaker anymore. I feel like I'm fighting back and winning." That's the heart of it. You don't have to overhaul your life. You just have to build small habits that support your strength. Mix in nutrient-rich foods like spinach, bananas, and nuts. Move a little more each hour. Be kind to your body, not by resting too much, but by challenging it gently, consistently, and with purpose. Your legs are more than just limbs. They're your connection to freedom. Every step you take, every bite you eat, and every habit you form is a step towards staying upright, steady, and independent. And now that you've learned what your legs truly need, from nutrition to motion, let's bring it all together in the final section. In conclusion, we'll recap the key points and remind ourselves why strong legs are about so much more than muscle. They're about life itself. Conclusion. As we come to the end of this journey, one thing is clear. Strong legs are not just about walking. They're about living. They're about standing up without hesitation, moving through your day with confidence, and holding on to the independence that gives life its richness and joy. And the truth is, the strength in your legs doesn't begin with exercise or medication. It begins at the table, with the choices you make every day. We've explored 3 powerful foods that can support your legs from the inside out. Eggs with their complete protein and nerve-nourishing B12, salmon rich in omega-3s and anti-inflammatory compounds that ease joint pain and support circulation, and Greek yogurt, a delicious source of calcium, protein, and probiotics that strengthen bones and aid digestion. These are not exotic or expensive items. They're everyday foods, easy to find, easy to prepare, and deeply effective in protecting your mobility. But we didn't stop there. You also learned why leg strength matters more than most people think. It's not just about being able to walk. It's about preventing falls, preserving balance, and avoiding the slow decline into dependence. You learned the early warning signs of leg weakness, from struggling to rise from a chair to slowing down when walking or needing to hold on to furniture more often. And most importantly, you discovered that these signs are not the end. They're a signal, a wake-up call, and a chance to turn things around. We also shared bonus foods and simple habits that anyone can do, like adding spinach and bananas to your meals, doing a few chair squats each day, or taking short walks after lunch. These small decisions, repeated daily, create a rhythm of strength that builds over time. Because the truth is, strong legs are not built overnight. They are built one meal, one stretch, one small act of self-care at a time. If you take away one message from this video, let it be this: your legs haven't given up on you. They've just been waiting for your support. And now that you know what they need, you can give it to them. With food, with movement, and with kindness. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need a gym. You just need the willingness to take one more step towards strength and to believe that your best days of movement and independence can still be ahead of you. Thank you for taking the time to care for your health, for your legs, and for your future. You're not just adding strength, you're adding life to your years. Keep going, keep choosing well, and remember, strong legs carry strong lives. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and haven't yet liked and subscribed, now is the perfect time to do so. It really helps our channel grow and reach more people who need this kind of helpful content. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you'll always know when a new video is up. Your support truly means the world to us. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.